Your life does not get better by chance. It gets better by change. Most people wait for the perfect moment to start changing their lives. They wait for motivation, the right opportunity, or some external force to push them forward. But the truth is, success doesn't come to those who wait. It comes to those who take action. If you want to rebuild yourself, if you want to create a life of success, wealth, and fulfillment, you have to stop making excuses and start making progress. The difference between those who achieve their dreams and those who don't isn't luck, intelligence, or talent. It's the ability to take control, set clear goals, and push forward, no matter the obstacles. The question is, are you willing to do what it takes? Are you willing to let go of bad habits, eliminate distractions, and become the person who deserves success? Rebuilding yourself isn't just about working harder, it's about working smarter. It's about developing discipline, mastering your mindset, and surrounding yourself with the right people. It's about becoming so focused on your vision that nothing can stop you. Today I'm going to show you exactly how to rebuild yourself for success. The step-by-step process that will help you transform your mindset, sharpen your discipline, and design the future you truly desire. Stay with me for the next few minutes as I break down the principles that separate the winners from the rest, so you can start taking control of your life today. Number 1, set powerful goals that drive you. If you don't know where you're going, you'll end up somewhere you never intended to be. That's the reality for most people. They drift through life without a clear direction, hoping that someday things will magically fall into place. But success doesn't work that way. Every successful person, from athletes to entrepreneurs, achieved greatness because they had clear, specific goals that pulled them forward. If you want to rebuild yourself for success, the first step is to set goals that truly inspire and drive you. Goals are more than just wishes or vague desires. Saying, I want to be successful, or I want to make more money, isn't enough. Success requires clarity. What does success look like for you? How much money do you want to make? What kind of lifestyle do you want to live? What skills do you need to develop? Without specifics, your goals are nothing more than dreams with no direction. Instead of saying, I want to be rich, say, I will earn $100,000 per year by starting an online business within the next 12 months. Instead of saying, I want to get in shape, say, I will lose 15 pounds and build muscle by following a structured workout and diet plan the next 3 months. The more detailed your goal, the more powerful it becomes. Once you've set a clear goal, the next step is to make sure it has a deep meaning. Your goal must excite you, challenge you, and give you a reason to wake up every morning with purpose. This is where most people fail. They set goals that don't truly matter to them. They chase things society tells them to want, rather than what they actually desire. If your goal doesn't spark something inside you, it will never have enough power to pull you through challenges. Ask yourself, why do I want this? If your reason isn't strong enough, you'll give up the moment things get tough. But if your goal is tied to something deeply meaningful, like financial freedom for your family, proving something to yourself, or achieving a lifelong dream, you'll find a way to push through any obstacle. Another key to making your goals work for you is writing them down. Studies show that people who write their goals are significantly more likely to achieve them than those who don't. Writing your goals makes them real. It turns ideas into commitments. But don't just write them down once and forget about them. Review them daily. Read them every morning when you wake up and every night before bed. Let them sink into your mind until they become part of your identity. Finally, break your goals down into actionable steps. If your goal is too big and overwhelming, you'll never start. The key is to divide it into smaller milestones. If your goal is to start a business, your first step might be researching your market. The second step might be developing a product. The third step might be building a website. Success isn't about one massive leap. It's about small, consistent steps in the right direction. When you have a clear goal, a strong reason behind it, and a step-by-step plan to achieve it, nothing can stop you. The moment you take full control of your goals is the moment you take full control of your future. Number 2, find your why and let it fuel you. Most people fail, not because they lack talent or intelligence, but because they don't have a strong enough reason to push through. when things get tough. Without a deep, compelling reason, goals become empty wishes. Motivation fades, discipline weakens, and eventually people give up. That's why finding your why is crucial. It's the fuel that keeps you going when you feel like quitting. If your goals are the destination, your why is the engine that drives you there. Without it, you'll never reach your full potential. Your why must be personal, powerful, and deeply connected to your emotions. It's not enough to say, I want to be rich or I want to be successful. Why do you want to be rich? Why do you want success? What will it mean for your life, your family, your future? The stronger your reason, the more unstoppable you become. Think about people who achieve extraordinary things. They all have a burning purpose behind their actions. A single mother who works 2 jobs to provide for her children doesn't quit when she's exhausted, because her why is bigger than her struggles. An athlete who trains for years to win an Olympic medal doesn't give up after failure because their why is stronger than their setbacks. Success is never about luck. It's about having a reason so powerful that nothing can make you stop. If you haven't defined your why yet, it's time to sit down and dig deep. Ask yourself, what is truly important to me? What am I willing to fight for? What do I want my life to look like? The answers won't always come immediately, but they're worth exploring. Sometimes your why comes from pain, something you want to escape or overcome. Maybe you grew up struggling financially, and your mission is to create a life of abundance. Maybe you've experienced failure and rejection, and now you're determined to prove to yourself that you can succeed. Other times your why comes from passion, something that excites and drives you. Maybe you love helping others, and your dream is to build a business that impacts lives. Maybe you're passionate about a skill or talent and want to master it at the highest level. Whatever your reason, it must ignite something inside you. It must be strong enough to push you forward, even on your worst days. Once you've identified your why, write it down. Make it clear and specific. Keep it somewhere visible on your phone, your desk, or your mirror. Read it every morning. Let it remind you why you started. Your why is your anchor when self-doubt creeps in. It's your shield when life throws obstacles in your way. It's your energy source when motivation runs low. People who quit don't lack ability. They lack a strong enough reason to keep going. Your why also shapes your mindset. When you have a strong reason, you stop making excuses. You stop waiting for the perfect time. You stop blaming circumstances. Instead, you become proactive. You take responsibility for your success. You do whatever it takes. The moment your why becomes bigger than your fears, your doubts, and your obstacles, nothing can stop you. That's when you truly start rebuilding yourself. So take the time to find your why. Let it become the fire that burns inside you. Let it guide every decision you make. Let it fuel you when the road gets tough. Because once you have a reason that's bigger than any excuse, success is no longer a matter of if. It's only a matter of when. Number 3. Build a strong success mindset. Success is not about luck, talent, or intelligence. It's about mindset. The way you think shapes the way you act, and the way you act determines your results. That's why the most successful people in the world all have one thing in common: a strong success mindset. They don't let fear, doubt, or failure hold them back. Instead, they use challenges as fuel to push forward. If you want to rebuild yourself for success, the first thing you must change is the way you think. Because until your mind is ready, no amount of effort will take you where you want to go. Most people are trapped in a fixed mindset. They believe that their abilities, intelligence, and potential are limited. They think success is only for the lucky or the gifted, so they never push themselves beyond their comfort zone. When they fail, they take it personally. When they face obstacles, they give up. This mindset keeps them stuck, repeating the same patterns year after year, never making real progress. But the truth is, your mind is like a muscle. It grows and strengthens the more you use it. You are not limited by what you were born with. You are only limited by what you believe. If you adopt a growth mindset, you'll realize that every skill can be learned, every failure can be a lesson, and every challenge is an opportunity to grow. Building a success mindset starts with reprogramming your thoughts. Every day you have 2 choices: To focus on what's possible, or to focus on what's holding you back. Successful people choose to focus on solutions, not problems. When things don't go as planned, they don't complain or make excuses. They adapt. They ask themselves, what can I learn from this? And how can I turn this setback into an advantage? Instead of dwelling on failures, they extract lessons from them. Instead of fearing the unknown, they embrace uncertainty as part of the journey. The more you train your mind to see opportunities instead of obstacles, the more unstoppable you become. One of the biggest mental barriers people face is fear. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of looking foolish. But fear is nothing more than an illusion created by your mind. It only has power over you if you let it. The truth is, failure is not the enemy. It's a necessary part of success. Every great achiever has failed more times than they can count. What sets them apart is their ability to keep going despite failure. They understand that failure is feedback. It shows them what doesn't work so they can get closer to what does. The faster you embrace failure as a stepping stone to success, the faster you'll reach your goals. Another key to a strong success mindset is self-discipline. Motivation comes and goes, but discipline is what keeps you moving forward even when you don't feel like it. Successful people don't wait to feel inspired. They create routines and habits that keep them on track. They know that small, consistent actions lead to big results. If you only work hard when you feel motivated, you'll never achieve anything great. But if you develop the discipline to show up every day, no matter how you feel, success becomes inevitable. Lastly, surround yourself with the right influences. Your mindset is shaped by what you consume, the books you read, the people you spend time with, the content you watch. If you constantly expose yourself to negativity, doubts, and limitations, you'll absorb that energy. But if you feed your mind with positive, success-driven ideas, you'll start thinking differently. Learn from those who have already achieved what you want. Study their habits, their mindset, and their approach to challenges. The more you surround yourself with greatness, the more it becomes part of you. Your mind is the foundation of your success. If you think small, you'll live small. But if you expand your mindset, push past your fears, and develop the discipline to keep going, there is nothing you cannot achieve. Success is not just about what you do, it's about how you think. And when you build a strong success mindset, everything else falls into place. Number 4. Design your future and take action. Most people live life on autopilot, drifting from one day to the next without a clear direction. They react to circumstances instead of creating them, waiting for opportunities instead of seizing them. But success doesn't come to those who wait. It comes to those who take control, design their future, and take action. If you want to rebuild yourself, you must stop leaving your future to chance and start shaping it with intention. Your life is not a random event. It's the result of your choices. And every decision you make is either pushing you towards success or pulling you away from it. The first step to designing your future is having a clear vision. What do you want your life to look like in 1 year, 5 years, or even 10 years? Most people never ask themselves this question. And as a result, they end up settling for whatever life throws at them. But successful people don't wait to see what happens. They decide what will happen. They create a mental blueprint of the life they want to live and work toward it with laser focus. Your future is like a house. You can either design it carefully, brick by brick, or let random events build it for you, resulting in something you never wanted. The choice is yours. Once you have a vision, the next step is to align your daily actions with your long-term goals. Too many people set big goals, but fail to take consistent action. They dream of financial freedom, better health, or personal growth, but they spend their days doing the same things that keep them stuck. You cannot wish your way to success. You must work for it. Every decision you make should bring you closer to your vision. If you want to be healthy, you need to exercise and eat right. If you want to start a business, you need to learn, plan, and execute. Success is built through daily habits, not occasional effort. One of the biggest obstacles to taking action is overthinking. Many people spend so much time analyzing, researching, and planning that they never actually start. They wait for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, or the perfect conditions. But the truth is, perfection doesn't exist. If you wait until you feel completely ready, you'll never take the first step. The most successful people understand that action creates clarity. Instead of waiting for certainty, they start, learn from experience, and adjust along the way. Progress beats perfection every time. Fear is another roadblock that keeps people from designing their future. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, and fear of the unknown paralyze many from taking risks. But fear only has power if you allow it to. The best way to overcome fear is through action. The more you face challenges, the more confidence you build. Every time you push through fear, you become stronger. Think about the most successful people in the world. They didn't succeed because they were fearless. They succeeded because they took action, despite their fears. Courage is not the absence of fear. It's the decision to move forward anyway. Another key to designing your future is surrounding yourself with the right environment. Your surroundings, the people you interact with, and the information you consume all influence your mindset and motivation. If you're constantly around negativity, doubt, and distractions, it will be nearly impossible to stay focused on your goals. But if you immerse yourself in an environment that supports growth, reading books, learning from mentors, and connecting with like-minded people, you set yourself up for success. You must protect your future by protecting your environment. Finally, execution is everything. Ideas are useless without action. Motivation fades, but discipline and consistency create results. Many people start strong but quit when things get hard. They let setbacks discourage them and allow temporary failures to stop them. But the truth is, failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of it. Every successful person has failed multiple times, but they kept going. They adjusted their approach, learned from mistakes, and persisted until they achieved their goals. If you want to design your future, you must stop making excuses and start making progress. You have the power to create the life you want, but only if you take action. No one is going to do it for you. Stop waiting, stop hesitating, and start building the future you deserve. The best time to start was yesterday. The second best time is today. Take the first step now and keep moving forward until your vision becomes reality. Number 5. Ask boldly and unlock opportunities. One of the biggest reasons people stay stuck in life is because they are afraid to ask. They hesitate, they doubt themselves, and they assume they don't deserve more. But success is not given. It is taken by those who have the courage to ask for it. Every great opportunity, every major breakthrough, and every moment of transformation begins with one action: asking. If you want to rebuild yourself for success, you must stop waiting for things to come to you and start boldly going after what you want. Most people don't ask for what they truly desire because they fear rejection. They think, what if they say no? Or what if I look foolish? But here's the truth. The worst that can happen is you get a no, and a no changes nothing. You are in the same position as before. But the best that can happen, you get a yes, and that yes can change your life. The problem is that too many people reject themselves before even trying. They assume they're not qualified, not worthy, or not capable. But the most successful people in the world are the ones who dared to ask, whether it was for a job, a business deal, mentorship, or an opportunity. They were not always the smartest or the most talented, but they were willing to step up and take a chance. Asking is not just about requesting things from others. It's about asking yourself the right questions. Instead of saying, why is my life so hard? Ask, what can I do right now to improve my situation? Instead of thinking, why am I failing? Ask, what can I learn from this experience? The questions you ask yourself shape your mindset and determine your actions. Weak questions lead to weak results. Strong, solution-focused questions push you towards success. One of the most powerful forms of asking is asking for knowledge. The fastest way to grow is to learn from people who have already achieved what you want. But too many people are afraid to reach out. They admire successful people from a distance, but never take the step to ask for guidance. The truth is, most successful individuals are willing to help those who show initiative and drive. If you find a mentor, ask them for advice. If you admire someone's work, reach out and express your interest in learning from them. You'd be surprised how many doors open just by asking. Asking also applies to negotiating, in business, in careers, and in life. Those who ask for more usually get more. If you never negotiate your salary, you'll never know if you could be earning more. If you never ask for better deals, you'll keep overpaying. The people who get the best opportunities are the ones who have the confidence to speak up and claim them. Success favors those who are bold enough to ask for what they want. But asking alone is not enough. You must ask with confidence and clarity. If you ask weakly, people will not take you seriously. If you hesitate or sound unsure, they will doubt you. You must ask as if you expect to receive. When you request something, do it with conviction. Instead of saying, "Would you maybe consider hiring me?" Say, "I believe I am a great fit for this position, and here's why." Instead of saying, "Can I possibly get a discount?" Say, "Is there any flexibility on the price?" Confidence changes everything. The final key to asking is persistence. Most people ask once, get a no and give up. But the truth is, many opportunities don't come from the first ask. They come from following up. If you really want something, keep asking, keep refining your approach, and keep showing up. Many of the most successful people were rejected multiple times before they got their big break. They didn't let the first no stop them. They kept pushing until they got the answer they wanted. If you want to unlock new opportunities, start asking. Ask for knowledge, ask for help, ask for better deals, ask for new challenges, and most importantly, ask more from yourself. You are capable of more than you realize, but you will never know unless you step up and ask. The world belongs to those who are bold enough to go after what they want. Stop waiting for permission. Start asking, start taking action, and watch how your life transforms. Number 6, master self-discipline and time management. Success is not about how much talent you have or how lucky you get. It's about what you do consistently. The people who achieve great things in life are not always the smartest or the most gifted. They are the ones who have mastered self-discipline and know how to manage their time effectively. If you want to rebuild yourself for success, you must take control of your actions and your schedule. You cannot leave your future to chance. Every moment you waste is a moment you can never get back. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is how they use their time. The truth is, motivation comes and goes. There will be days when you feel excited and energized, but there will also be days when you feel tired, discouraged, or overwhelmed. This is where self-discipline becomes the key to success. Discipline is doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. It is the ability to push yourself forward, even on the days when you want to quit. The most successful people in the world don't rely on motivation. They rely on habits. They create routines that set them up for success, and they stick to them, no matter what. One of the biggest challenges people face is procrastination. They tell themselves they'll start tomorrow, next week, or next month. But the reality is, tomorrow never comes. The more you delay, the harder it becomes to start. Procrastination is the killer of dreams. Every time you put off taking action, you are robbing yourself of progress. The best way to beat procrastination is to start small. Don't wait for the perfect moment, just begin. If you need to exercise, start with 5 minutes. If you need to work on a project, commit to 10 minutes. Once you take the first step, momentum builds, and it becomes easier to keep going. Time management is another crucial skill that separates high achievers from the rest. Most people complain that they don't have enough time. But the truth is, everyone has the same 24 hours in a day. The difference is how they use those hours. Successful people don't waste time on distractions, useless activities, or negative energy. They prioritize what truly matters. If you want to make the most of your time, you need to plan. Set clear goals for each day, create a to-do list, and block out distractions. Social media, unnecessary notifications, and mindless entertainment are stealing your time and keeping you from your goals. You must take control of your schedule before it takes control of you. One of the most effective ways to master time management is to follow the 80-20th rule, also known as the Pareto principle. This rule states that 80% of your results come from 20% of your efforts. Identify the tasks that bring the most value to your life and focus on them. Don't waste time on things that don't move you forward. Learn to say no to things that don't align with your goals. Every time you say yes to something that doesn't matter, you are saying no to something that does. Another powerful technique is time blocking, scheduling specific time slots for important tasks. Instead of working randomly, allocate dedicated time for focused work. Whether it's an hour for deep work, 30 minutes for learning, or 20 minutes for exercise. Having a structured schedule ensures you stay productive. Successful people don't find time, they make time. They treat their goals like appointments that cannot be missed. Discipline and time management are not just about working harder, they are about working smarter. If you master these two skills, you will be unstoppable. You will no longer waste hours on distractions or let procrastination hold you back. You will wake up with a plan, take action, and make consistent progress. The people who succeed are not the ones who wish for success. They are the ones who build the habits and routines that lead to it. At the end of the day, you are either in control of your time or your time is in control of you. There are no shortcuts. There are no excuses. If you want to achieve greatness, you must be willing to do what most people won't. You must be disciplined enough to stay focused and smart enough to manage your time wisely. The life you want is waiting for you, but only if you are willing to put in the work. Decide today that you will take charge of your actions, discipline yourself to follow through, and use your time to build the future you deserve. Number 7. Become the person who deserves success. Success is not something you chase. It's something you attract by becoming the person who deserves it. Too many people focus on what they want to achieve without focusing on who they need to become to achieve it. They want wealth, but they don't develop financial intelligence. They want a great career, but they don't improve their skills. They want success, but they don't build the discipline and mindset necessary to sustain it. If you truly want to rebuild yourself for success, the most important question you must ask is, who do I need to become? Because the truth is, you don't get in life what you want. You get what you are prepared for. The person you are today is only capable of achieving what you currently have. If you want more, you must grow into a stronger, wiser, and more disciplined version of yourself. This means developing new habits, learning new skills, and letting go of the things that are holding you back. Every successful person has undergone a transformation to reach where they are. They weren't born with an unstoppable mindset or elite skills. They built them over time. The question is, are you willing to do the same? Are you willing to invest in yourself, push through discomfort, and elevate your standards? Because success demands a price, and that price is personal growth. One of the first things you must do is raise your standards. People often settle for a mediocre life because they accept mediocre habits. They allow laziness, bad habits, and excuses to control their actions. But successful people hold themselves to a higher standard. They demand more from themselves, not because someone is watching, but because they refuse to accept anything less than their best. If you want to transform your life, start by changing what you tolerate. Stop tolerating procrastination, self-doubt, and negative thinking. Stop surrounding yourself with people who drain your energy. Start demanding excellence from yourself in everything you do. Another crucial step is developing the right skills. Success is not about luck. It's about having the right abilities to create value. If you want financial success, learn about money, business, and investing. If you want to be a leader, develop communication, decision-making, and problem-solving skills. Whatever your goal is, identify the key skills you need and start working on them daily. The people who succeed in life are the ones who never stop learning. They read, take courses, find mentors, and constantly upgrade their knowledge. If you're not growing, you're falling behind. Your mindset is just as important as your skills. Confidence, resilience, and self-belief are all traits you must develop to succeed. Too many people give up the moment they face resistance. They take failure personally and let it define them. But the truth is, failure is a part of growth. Every challenge, every setback, and every mistake is an opportunity to improve. The strongest people are not those who never fail. They are the ones who fail, learn, and come back stronger. You must train your mind to see obstacles as stepping stones instead of roadblocks. Your habits will determine your success more than anything else. You cannot build a successful life with weak daily habits. If you waste time, skip workouts, avoid challenges, and make excuses, your results will reflect that. But if you wake up early, focus on your goals, take action, and push yourself daily, you will create unstoppable momentum. Small habits, repeated over time, create massive results. The way you live each day determines the person you become, and the person you become determines the success you achieve. Finally, surround yourself with the right people. You cannot grow if you're constantly surrounded by negative, unmotivated, and toxic individuals. The people in your life influence your mindset, beliefs, and behaviors. If you spend time with ambitious, driven, and successful people, you will naturally start to think and act like them. If you spend time with people who complain, make excuses, and lack ambition, their mindset will rub off on you. Choose your circle wisely. At the end of the day, success is not about luck or talent, it's about preparation. The more you work on yourself, the more opportunities will come your way. The more you refine your skills, the more valuable you become. The more you push yourself beyond your limits, the stronger you grow. Success is not about waiting, it's about becoming. So ask yourself today, am I becoming the person who deserves the success I desire? Because when you do, success will no longer be something you chase. It will be something you attract. Number 8, surround yourself with the right people. Your environment shapes your future more than you realize. The people you surround yourself with influence your thoughts, beliefs, and actions. If you want to rebuild yourself for success, you must be intentional about who you allow into your life. You cannot grow in the wrong environment. You cannot develop a strong mindset when you're constantly surrounded by negativity. And you cannot expect to reach your full potential if the people around you are dragging you down. Success is not just about what you do. It's also about who you do it with. Most people stay stuck in life because they are surrounded by the wrong crowd. They spend time with people who have no ambition, no discipline, and no desire to improve. These people make excuses, complain about everything, and settle for mediocrity. If you spend enough time around them, their mindset will become yours. Without realizing it, you'll start thinking like them, acting like them, and eventually living like them. That's why you must be ruthless about who you let into your circle. If someone is holding you back, draining your energy, or keeping you from reaching your goals, you must distance yourself. It doesn't mean you hate them. It just means you value your future and their negativity. On the other hand, when you surround yourself with winners, everything changes. You start thinking bigger, working harder, and believing in yourself more. Being around ambitious, disciplined, and successful people pushes you to become better. Their habits, mindset, and energy rub off on you. You start seeing possibilities where you once saw limitations. You start taking action where you once hesitated. This is why the most successful people in the world are incredibly selective about their inner circle. They don't waste time with people who drain them. They spend time with people who elevate them. If you don't currently have a strong network of like-minded people, don't use that as an excuse. The truth is, finding the right people requires effort. You must put yourself in the right places. Seminars, conferences, mastermind groups, and professional networks. You must seek out mentors, coaches, and high achievers. And most importantly, you must become the type of person that successful people want to be around. If you want to be in a room with winners, you must think, act, and operate like a winner. Success attracts success. Another powerful principle is the law of proximity. Your success is directly related to who you spend the most time with. If you want to improve in any area, spend time with people who are already successful in that area. Want to be healthier? Spend time with people who take fitness seriously. Want to be financially successful? Surround yourself with people who understand money and wealth creation. Want to develop an unstoppable mindset? Learn from those who have already overcome great challenges. The right people will inspire, challenge, and push you beyond your limits. It's also important to recognize that not everyone will support your journey. When you start working on yourself, setting big goals, and making real progress, some people will try to bring you down. They will criticize you, doubt you, and try to convince you to stay the same. This happens because your growth exposes their insecurities. When they see you improving, they are forced to confront the fact that they are not. Instead of leveling up themselves, they try to pull you back down. Do not let them. Your future is too important to waste trying to please people who don't want you to succeed. At the same time, understand that your relationships should be mutually beneficial. Don't just look for what you can get from others. Ask yourself what you can bring to the table. Be valuable. Offer support, share knowledge, and be the kind of person who uplifts others. The strongest networks are built on trust, contribution, and shared growth. Finally, if you find yourself alone on your journey to success, don't be discouraged. Many of the greatest achievers started alone. They had to distance themselves from negativity before they could attract the right people. If that's where you are right now, use this time to work on yourself. Read books, learn skills, develop your mindset, and build your discipline. The right people will come when you are ready. In the end, success is a team sport. You can't do it alone, and you shouldn't try to. The right people will challenge you, support you, and push you to levels you never thought possible. The wrong people will hold you back, drain your energy, and keep you stuck in mediocrity. Choose wisely. Surround yourself with winners, and you will become one. Number 9. The relentless pursuit of knowledge. Success is not about what you know. It's about how fast you can learn, adapt, and apply new knowledge. The world is constantly changing, and those who refuse to grow are left behind. If you want to rebuild yourself for success, you must become obsessed with learning. You must commit to the relentless pursuit of knowledge, treating every day as an opportunity to expand your mind, refine your skills, and elevate your understanding. The people who rise to the top in any field are not necessarily the most talented or gifted. They're the ones who never stop learning. Most people stop learning the moment they finish school. They assume that education ends with a diploma, and from that point on, they rely on what they already know. This is one of the biggest reasons why so many people remain stuck in the same place for years. The truth is, learning should never stop. The most successful individuals, CEOs, athletes, inventors, and entrepreneurs make learning a daily habit. They read books, attend seminars, seek mentors, and surround themselves with knowledge. They understand that the more they learn, the more they earn, and the more control they have over their future. If you want to grow, you must make reading a priority. Books contain the knowledge of the greatest minds in history. Every problem you face, every challenge you struggle with, has already been solved by someone else. The answers are in books. Yet most people choose to waste their time scrolling through social media, watching meaningless content, or engaging in distractions that add no value to their lives. If you replace just 30 minutes of mindless entertainment with reading, your life would transform in a matter of months. Imagine where you would be if you read one book a week for the next year. 52 books filled with strategies, wisdom, and lessons that could change your life. Beyond books, learning comes from experience. Knowledge without application is useless. You can read about success, business, mindset, or health all day long, but if you don't apply what you learn, it means nothing. The fastest way to grow is to take action, make mistakes, and learn from them. Every failure is a lesson. Every setback is an opportunity to adjust and improve. The people who succeed are not those who never fail. They are the ones who fail, learn, and adapt the fastest. Growth happens when you take risks, step out of your comfort zone, and embrace the process of trial and error. Seeking mentorship is another game changer. A mentor can accelerate your learning curve by years. Instead of figuring everything out on your own, you can learn directly from someone who has already achieved what you want. Many people never seek mentorship because they feel unworthy or assume successful people won't help them. But the truth is, most high achievers are willing to share their knowledge with those who show genuine commitment and drive. If you want to speed up your success, find someone who has walked the path you want to take and learn from them. In today's world, there is no excuse for not learning. Knowledge is everywhere. Books, podcasts, online courses, videos, and communities filled with experts. The real question is, are you making learning a priority? Are you using your time wisely, or are you letting distractions consume you? The difference between where you are now and where you want to be is the knowledge you have not yet acquired. The more you invest in yourself, the greater your potential becomes. Another crucial aspect of learning is keeping an open mind. Many people fail to grow because they think they already know everything. They reject new ideas, dismiss different perspectives, and resist change. But the most successful people are student life. They are always looking for new ways to improve, new ideas to explore, and new strategies to implement. They understand that the moment you stop learning is the moment you stop growing. The pursuit of knowledge is not just about success. It's about becoming the best version of yourself. It's about expanding your thinking, increasing your confidence, and gaining the tools to navigate life's challenges. It's about staying ahead in a world that rewards those who evolve and punishes those who stay stagnant. If you want to create a future filled with success, freedom, and opportunities, commit to learning every single day. The truth is, your mind is your greatest asset. The more you feed it, the more valuable you become. Success is not reserved for the lucky. It is reserved for the learners. The ones who never stop seeking knowledge, never stop improving, and never stop growing. If you make learning a lifelong habit, there is no limit to what you can achieve. Number 10. Create a game plan for success. Success doesn't happen by accident. It doesn't come from luck, wishful thinking, or waiting for the right moment. It comes from having a clear, well-defined plan and taking consistent action toward it. Too many people drift through life without a strategy, hoping that things will somehow work out. But hope is not a strategy. If you want to rebuild yourself for success, you need a solid game plan, one that outlines exactly what you want, how you're going to get there, and what actions you need to take every single day. Without a plan, you are simply reacting to life instead of creating it. The first step in creating a game plan is defining your vision. Where do you want to be in the next 3 or 5 years? What kind of lifestyle do you want? What kind of work do you see yourself doing? How much money do you want to earn? What skills do you need to develop? If you don't have clear answers to these questions, you will never make real progress. Success requires direction, and that direction comes from knowing exactly what you are working toward. Your vision must be specific, measurable, and inspiring. It should be something that excites you and gives you a reason to wake up every morning with purpose. Once you have a clear vision, the next step is breaking it down into actionable steps. Big goals can be overwhelming, which is why most people never take action. They look at the end result and feel paralyzed by how far they have to go. The key to overcoming this is chunking your goals into smaller, manageable steps. If your goal is to start a business, your first step might be researching your market. The next step might be creating a product or service, then building a website, marketing your brand, and finding your first customers. Success is not one giant leap. It is a series of small, consistent steps taken daily. Another critical part of your game plan is managing your time effectively. Too many people waste hours every day on distractions, scrolling through social media, watching meaningless content, or engaging in activities that don't align with their goals. If you are serious about success, you must become ruthless with your time. Every minute you spend on something that doesn't serve your vision is a minute wasted. Start scheduling your days with intention. Set priorities, eliminate time wasters, and create a structured routine that keeps you focused. The people who achieve the most are not the ones who work the hardest. They are the ones who use their time the smartest. A Accountability is another powerful element of a strong game plan. Most people struggle to stay consistent because they don't have anyone holding them accountable. This is why mentorship, coaching, or even an accountability partner can be life-changing. When you share your goals with someone who will check in on your progress, you are far more likely to follow through. It's easy to break promises to yourself, but when someone else is watching, you push yourself harder. Find people who challenge you, push you, and expect the best from you. Your game plan should also include regular progress evaluations. Many people set goals and then forget about them. They never stop to measure how far they've come, which is why they lose motivation. Set time aside each week to review your progress. Are you moving closer to your goals? Are you sticking to your plan? What adjustments need to be made? Success is not a straight path. It requires constant course correction. Be flexible and willing to adapt, but never lose sight of your end goal. Perhaps the most important part of your game plan is execution. You can have the most detailed strategy in the world, but if you don't take action, it means nothing. Planning without action is just a form of procrastination. Many people get stuck in the planning phase, waiting for the perfect moment to start. But the perfect moment does not exist. The only way to succeed is to take action now. Even if you don't have everything figured out, start anyway. Learn as you go, make mistakes, adjust, and keep moving forward. The faster you take action, the faster you get results. In the end, success comes down to one simple principle: plan, execute, adjust, repeat. This is the cycle that every high achiever follows. They start with a clear vision, create a game plan, take action, analyze their results, make adjustments, and keep going. This process, when repeated consistently, guarantees success. It might take months or even years, but those who stick to the plan always win. You have everything you need to create the future you desire. The question is, are you willing to do what it takes? Are you ready to stop making excuses and start making moves? Because the truth is, no one is going to do it for you. It's up to you to design your future, build your plan, and take action every single day. Your success is not a matter of luck. It is a matter of decision and discipline. Make the decision today, create your game plan, and start executing like your future depends on it, because it does. Success is not something you stumble upon. It is built piece by piece, through intentional effort, discipline, and relentless pursuit of growth. If you truly want to rebuild yourself, you must be willing to let go of the old version of yourself, the one filled with doubts, excuses, and hesitation, and embrace the person who takes control, takes action, and refuses to settle for less. Your future is not determined by your past. It is shaped by the choices you make from this moment forward. You now have the blueprint. You know the importance of setting powerful goals that drive you, finding a deep why that fuels your actions, and building a strong success mindset. You understand that your environment plays a crucial role in shaping your future, that discipline and time management are the keys to progress, and that the relentless pursuit of knowledge will separate you from the average. Most importantly, you know that success is not about waiting. It is about creating a game plan and executing it with determination. But knowing is not enough. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is simple: execution. Many people will listen to this, feel motivated for a moment, and then go back to their old habits. They will wait for the perfect time, the perfect opportunity, the perfect conditions, but perfection is an illusion. The only time that matters is now. So what will you do with this knowledge? Will you let it inspire you for a few minutes and then forget about it, or will you use it as fuel to take action? Your life will not change in a day, but if you commit to taking small, consistent steps every single day, your transformation will be inevitable. Success is built on momentum, and momentum begins with the first step. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you success. It is up to you to rise, to push through challenges, and to rebuild yourself into the person who deserves the life you dream of. You are more capable than you think. You have more potential than you realize. The only thing standing between you and your future is action. So stop waiting, start rebuilding, and make success your only option.